Hey, hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. Um, Give me a quick minute here. All right, sorry about that. Guess I had forgotten to connect my microphone. So okay, we're good to go now. All right, guys. First of all, I want to say thank you for anybody who watches this video. In reality, I'm doing this because I am a father, a grandfather. I am somebody who is seriously concerned what's going on in our country. And I wanted to give my 2 cents, and so I have this platform to kind of air out my thoughts about what happened yesterday in Texas. Um, it is something that completely shocked me, as I'm sure it did a lot of you. Um, and I'm just I'm saddened by all the stuff that's going on, and I wanted to give you guys my take on what happened yesterday. I know everybody's upset right now. Everybody's analyzing what we could and should and do about all the situation that's going on. And in reality, guys, um, the one aspect that I hardly ever hear in this whole situation that happened is that we don't talk about school security and what measurements, if any, were done to prevent this kind of stuff. Everybody wants to put the blame game and use this as a some sort of way to create something towards the Second Amendment and to create more gun control. And in reality, I think that's the last thing we need to be worrying about right now. What we need to be worrying about is how do we protect our children? How do we protect everybody from this stuff happening again? And um, it's it's a it's a crazy thing that for some reason our kids are not even safe in their own schools. That to me was something that we never thought would ever happen. But I think one aspect that our country has failed to understand is that we live in a violent society. We really do. And that preventative measures have not been enough to protect our children, protect public places, and protect our Americans. Um, and it's a very unfortunate thing that's going on right now. Um, I was looking at the school, um, where it happened, and just from the get go, I can just tell there's a lot of things that could have been improved to fix the physical security of the actual building itself. The fence line was only about 5 feet tall. In some places, there are some gaps in the actual fence. Um, and these are all little things that should be fixed. Most schools usually have a 10-foot fence on their properties. For some reason, this one had a 5-foot fence. I don't understand that. I don't understand that in a state like Texas, um, there's not enough security for all the schools. I know that they focus a lot on the high schools, but they have a tendency of not focusing on the elementary schools and all the other stuff that's going on. So I think the biggest aspect is that you know a lot of people have a tendency of thinking that, hey, if there's only one way in, one way out, this also creates an issue for fire, and if there's a fire in the facility or anything like that. Um, I think there's always improvements to physical security, um, and that should have definitely been done in this case. You guys need to understand that the United States Department of Education gives out billions and billions of dollars to schools. to fix whatever that needs to be fixed, whether it's salaries or infrastructure, whatever the case may be. But it seems to me when it comes to the actual security of their schools, they have a tendency of lagging in this type of funding for it. I know most high schools here in where I'm at, it's only one one police officer per high school. Um, and I know most of the junior highs and elementaries don't have any other security. They may have one or two unarmed security guards, but that's about it. And I'm just thinking as to why this has still continued to happen. I mean, if anything, we should have learned something from Sandy Hook. We really should have. We really should have continued to improve our infrastructure and making sure that um, this stuff never happens again. I think to me, what's really happening in our society, especially with the educators, is that they think that we're safe just like it was before September 11th. You need to understand that there's a lot of threats that are coming into our country. They can be coming from the border. They can be coming from as lone wolves. There can be all kinds of stuff that's going on, guys. And in reality, we need to fix this thing. When you see when you see these signs that says gun-free zones on on the uh, on the doors of most of these facilities, you're just basically telling anybody, please come and shoot us. You're basically telling that you don't have anybody in that facility that can really help. Or it just seems to me like that we need to our get our head out of our ass and let's start really thinking about what it is that we need to fix. Um, I've advocated for many years that we should we should hire people that know what they're doing. I kind of made this idea that we should have former combat vets become school security guards. Let them carry a gun. Many of them are already proficient. You don't really have to train them. And most of the time, I'll probably say all the time, when shots are fired, they're going towards the fire. They're not going away from the fire. And I've advocated for this for quite some time. I think that many of us would love to do that and be able to take care of our children and making sure that they have a safe place to come to school. Um, I've talked about that for many years, and it seems to me like it's never something that's worth visiting or something that we need to change. The one aspect that I want to reiterate here, guys, is that the biggest hurdle when it comes to school security is the educators, the superintendents, all these people that are part of these school districts that have this mentality that they feel that whatever measures that they're taking are enough to take care of our children. And they're not taking care of our children. You know, it's quite evident that these things are not working, and we need to fix that. If you create if you create a deterrent, people would think twice about going into that type of facility. You know what I'm saying? It's just like anything else. People say, well, creating walls and creating areas where people can't see. It's also it's traumatizing to kids. But I'm gonna tell you something. I think it's more traumatizing when we see kids that don't want to go to school anymore. That they see, some of their peers killed in another state, and yeah, they don't want to go to school anymore. You know, because they're afraid that that something's going to happen. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but active shooter training is a common thing now in every school. I know that many of us, when we were growing up, we never had to worry about anything like that. We never had to worry about these type of things that are going on now. And I think if anything, I think educators need to change their way of thinking. because it's not the gun. It's the people that are given these opportunities because of the stupid things like putting gun-free zone freaking signs in schools. Like that doesn't help anything. That doesn't deter anything. But I'm gonna tell you something. If they see an armed guard in that school, or they see a couple of them, they're gonna think twice about going in that school. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just think that it's getting crazy. And now, before I'm coming on the air, I just saw this video of a Beto O'Rourke, trying to create a political thing before Governor Abbott's getting ready to brief the media about this whole situation. And it's despicable. It's despicable how all these politicians are using this as a way to get people to buy into their BS. You know, you got people like Michael Moore, which we all know he's a extreme leftist, talking about making changes to the Second Amendment. I'm like, you you really don't want to go there. I mean, first of all, it takes 2/3 votes from Congress for that shit to happen, and in most cases, that would never happen. You would probably create a civil war before that shit happens because if anybody, I know a lot of us here, you know, value the Second Amendment just as much as we value the First Amendment. And if you want to start some bullshit like that, I can guarantee you, you're not going to win. Um, so, you know, I mean, I have my Constitution here all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? It's valued. It's near and dear to me when it comes to our individual rights as Americans. Um, but I'm getting tired of people just going out there and just saying stupid shit when they shouldn't be saying stupid shit. Like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is a basketball coach for Golden State, and he goes into this little tirade last night, and he talks about how we should have universal background checks and all this other stuff. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, we already have background checks whenever we go and purchase a gun, dude. And not only that, the Buffalo shooter and this kid right now that killed all these kids in Texas, they purchased their guns legally. So I don't even understand where your point is with all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's fucking stupid, and it's irritating the shit out of me. It's irritating the shit out of me because everybody's out there posting these kids' pictures and saying pray for them and all this other shit. How about you guys respect the families and stop posting pictures of these kids on social media and all this other stuff? You know, we need to stop utilizing these kids as a way to get our point across. I think there's better ways to do it and more respectful way to do it. Um, I am completely tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the nonsense that's going on by the left. A lot of us who are conservatives, we are hurting just as much as they are. Believe me, I had a hard time going to sleep yesterday, and and this morning, watching the news and learning more about the victims and how tragically they died. I mean, it pains me. We are all in pain because of all this stuff that's going on in our country. And I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of all these politicians using this as an excuse for them to come up with their bureaucratic fucking means to want to disarm people because of the actions of one person. You know what I'm saying? It's getting fucking old, and I'm tired of the bullshit. I am one that I really feel that we need to come up with uh, better dialogue and do it in a way in which it makes sense for all of us. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I think people need to get off their fucking thinking that we are just as safe as we were before 9/11. I'm gonna tell you something. When 9/11 hit, everything fucking changed in this country. Everything changed. And if you're still under the uh, idea that we're somehow safe because of law enforcement and all that, believe me, law enforcement does a lot to protect us. But to a certain point, man, it needs to change with us. You stop and think about it, countries like Israel. Israel doesn't have the same problems that we do, and they're just as armed to the teeth as we are. So why is it that they don't have the problems that we have over here? You know, because the way they look at things is they look at everybody as a suspect until proven otherwise. You know, I mean, to be honest with you, if I go into El Al airline, which is the um, Israeli airline, I couldn't go in their airline. Why? Because I look Palestinian, and it's sad. You know, that you can show them that you know you have a U.S. passport. You know, retired U.S. military. They don't give a shit. They won't let you in their plane because they don't trust anybody. You know, and we have to get to that point where we you know we start really emphasizing, you know, security for our children. These are our future, guys. You know, it's already hard to get kids to go to school, and now with all this nonsense that's going on with the shootings, you think they're going to want to go to school? I mean, you're going to start seeing more people homeschool their kids than anything else. You know, and in the long run, it might be a good thing because it's probably going to change the ways of the public school system. But at the same time, why do parents need to go to those extremes when we already pay all these taxes for the public school system? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I'm tired of this nonsense, guys. I really am. I am just pissed off as as all of you are. Um, I just really want a resolution that makes sense to all of us and not just a few. You know, it's just ridiculous, ridiculous what's going on. Yeah, man, and it's crazy, man. You know this is just it's just bullshit, and it's pissing me off. I had to use this platform to pretty much say what I needed to say. I know that a lot of you guys understand me. You know, you feel my pain. You feel the pain of every one of those parents that they lost their loved one. You know, the families that lost those two teachers that passed away. I mean, this is tragic stuff, guys. But I'm telling you, we as a society, we need to change our mentality. We don't live in this fucking safe fucking you know uh, Mayberry fucking lifestyle like we did back in the day. You know, we are living in a very fucking dangerous society. You got fucking people like too long ago. We just found out that some fucking Iraqis are trying to go through the Mexican border, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna go and fucking assassinate George Bush. You know what I'm saying? But yet all these motherfuckers are coming in through the border. And nobody's saying shit. Nobody's really paying attention to the shit. Like people need to start getting more involved in what the fuck is going on in their country, man. Because if not, you're gonna lose it, and then you ain't gonna have shit to fucking protect anymore. You know, it's getting to the point that we need to get back to prepping. We need to get back to taking care of ourselves and being self sufficient. I mean, fuck, the country um, can't even make enough baby formula for our babies. What kind of shit is that, man? Like this is ridiculous shit that's going on right now, man. Man. But anyways, guys, one last thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna get out of here. But I do appreciate everybody sticking around and uh, and sticking around and hearing me rant. Today is um, my friend, Specialist Daniel Unger's his anniversary when he passed away in Iraq. Um, it's a tough day for me. It really is. I'm trying to keep it together because it's really hard when you lose a brother in combat. And it really hit me hard. When he passed away because basically watched him pass away, and it's nothing you can do. But the reason why I'm saying all this, guys, is that I think people have a tendency of not paying attention to Memorial Day and what really Memorial Days is all about. It's really to remember all of our great service members who have sacrificed so that all of us can have what we have right now. As I've stated before, I think a lot of you guys understand that you know we have it really good in the United States. We really do. We have we have the liberties and the things that we have, and those things are not just given, man. Those things just didn't happen automatic. I hope to God that any of you never have to experience somebody blowing themselves up in a suicide bomb or using a vehicle as a bomb or you know going through a mall and just start shooting people randomly. I hope that none of you guys ever had to experience that shit or to experience an IED, any of those things, bombing. I hope that none of you guys ever had to experience those kind of things. And and it's because of these great men and women is the reason why we have all these liberties. Is the reason why we have the things that we have. Um, and we just have to uh, make sure that we honor them by at least saying a prayer to our loved ones that pass away, and if you can, maybe go to a cemetery and place a flag and you know say thank you for what they've done. And I think acknowledgement is a huge thing, guys, and I think it's something that we have forgotten. Um, anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got. I really appreciate you guys sticking to me to this 21 minutes. I really needed to vent, guys. I really needed to, express my frustrations with all this stuff that's going on in our country right now. Um, and I hope that a lot of you guys understand my point of view. Uh, this isn't me trying to make a statement or anything like that. This is me just stating the obvious and ensuring that we take care of our children, man. Our children are our future, and if we don't take care of them, if we don't provide them a safe place for them to be able to be the future of America, we ain't gonna have anything, guys. We really aren't. So, anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys all for your time. I really appreciate you guys, and that's pretty much all I got. Take care.